Sorry about that interruption there. We got the battery problem all solved now. We'll wait for you guys to get back into it if you are still going to, and we will finish up the story of why I have a bathtub tattoo. And it's a very interesting story. We were finishing up. I don't know where it cut off, so wait for you guys to get back in here and oh boy. Again, it's a great story. Who doesn't want to know? Phil, thanks for joining us back over here. I do appreciate it. One second. So where did it last cut off, Phil? At what point did we last cut off on where I was? Okay, so we'll pick up from there. So I was at my friend's house. We arrived. It was late. We got there to crash out. We're all good to go. So we get up the next morning, and Now, do remember the girl there we were there to see. Just restart the story. Okay, might as well. So the story is as you guys saw, I have a bathtub tattooed on my ankle. And you may want to know why I have a tattoo on my ankle. So I'm going to start the story over. So again, I was in California with a friend down in Southern California, and he got a call. He'd met this girl that he knew since middle school, and she wanted him to come up and see her and everything before she left for her basic training to join the Navy. So we had to get money together to go up and see her. So to do that, my buddy had to sell his TV and his Xbox. Now, I didn't really get into it, but since this is the whole new broadcast, we'll go ahead and tell that whole bit. The new privates, when the new privates come in and they get their bonus money in, you got to kind of hit them up and have, everybody does it. I did it with my bonus money. You treat your battle buddies. So we found this one kid. He got his bonus money. He wanted a big TV. He wanted an Xbox. We convinced him. He's giving me every excuse in the book. Oh, I don't have the money. Oh, we'll go. It's in the bank. I got to get it. Well, we'll go. Just go to an ATM, get it. I don't have a ride. I'll take you. So we wound up getting the money together. We got all the money we needed together to go. So into formation, last day, cut out, bam. We tank up the car, pack it up, and we head on out to drive 6 hours. We left work at like 6 or 7. We left the post. We got there at like 2 in the morning. Stopped by, we went to see her. Hey girl, what's up? We're gonna be chilling with you, hanging out. All good to go there. Then we drove over to my buddy his buddy Danny's house. Now, when we got to Danny's house, he's like, man, I'm not sure. There's no lights on. There's nothing going on. What do we do? And I was like, well, let's just go knock on the door and we'll try to wake him up. We're knocking on the door. Hey man, open the door. Hey man. Nothing. Open up the little mail slot. I'm like, Danny, it's us, dude. Come on, let us in. It's your friend Paul and I'm Jeremy. Let us in. Nothing. Like, man, what's up? We're stuck here. It's like 3 in the morning. We have nowhere to crash. And then all of a sudden my buddy realizes, oh, dude, this is the wrong address. We're 3 houses down. I'm like, oh, crap. So we eventually did see somebody woke up in the house and they were looking around. I was like, man, they probably got scared out of their mind. So we finally got into Danny's house, though. We found the right house. He let us in. We crashed out. So the next morning, it's that same day, but it's later that morning. We're not supposed to meet up with Lauren and her girlfriends to go out until the next night. So that night, Danny tells us, hey man, you guys go out, have fun, do whatever you're going to do. Paul, that's my buddy's friend, take Jeremy, go show him around. We're throwing you guys a party here tonight. And we're like, oh, sweet, who doesn't love a party, right? So, we go out. We're driving around his town. He's showing me everything. We're gonna hit the mall, pick up some clothes. He wants a shirt or something for the next night. And we were there to see Lauren. And while we're driving around, someone calls his phone and goes, "Hey, I hear you're in town. You should come see me." And it's this other girl named Lauren. Oh my God, I just realized she's on my Facebook. Maybe I shouldn't be telling this story. Oh well, that's neither here nor there. So we drive over to see this other girl named Lauren. And we're talking with her and hanging out. She's a little cute thing. And we tell her, we're like, "Yo, there's going to be a party tonight. You should come." So she's like, yeah, I'm down. So we've lined up everything. We get back to the house and they already had the party. We went and got a bite to eat and they had the party all in swing by the time we got back. Beer, pizza, food. There was some girls there. I was hanging out with this Marine's girlfriend. Marines. Anyway, so he went out and picked up Lauren, brought her to the party. Little Lauren. It was the weekend of the Laurens. So we're going to have little Lauren and then just Lauren. Lauren was the girl we were there to see for real. Little Lauren, different Lauren. Alright, so little Lauren shows up. My buddy hooks up with Lauren. Awesome. Cool. Everything's going well. I get mine. We're good to go. So the next night, now it's time for party. And we're going to a place called... we were in a place called Castor Valley. And... I forget the name of the bar. It was this really famous bar we went to, and we're hanging out there. We're having a good time. Now, here's another thing that was a kicker about this bathtub. And you have to remember, this story was worth culminating so much that I'm going to have to go in detail that it has to be mind-blowing for me to get a tattoo of it. So we get to the bar, right? Now, do remember, we're on a budget for gas, food for 4 days for 2 people. He bought a new shirt, and we're supposed to get a hotel room and gas money back, which is... You know, in California, gas wasn't cheap, 60, 70 bucks. And we have to have money to drink at the bar. So we walk in and my buddy's like, "Hey man, I got the 300 bucks from the TV. You know, we've blown a little bit of it doing this, that, and the other. Here goes some money. Here's 20 bucks to drink on." I'm like, you know, that's not a lot to drink on, 20 bucks, but, you know, I can make it happen. 2 or 3 beers, maybe a couple shots, I'll be good. So I walk up to the bar and I tell the bartender I need a Jack Daniels, a shot of Jack, and a Bud Light. He goes, "No problem, man, that's gonna be 15 bucks. I'm like, oh my God, 15 bucks plus tip? So I'm like down to like, or it was like $12, $13, something like that. Ridiculous. I had barely had any money. I was like, this is gonna take some clever negotiating on my part to have this night going well. So I had to wind up working the bar, talking to everybody, having a good time. Now, one of the girls that Lauren showed up with, that was for me. She showed up to hang out. I'm bringing my boy. I'll bring the girls too. I'll bring me and 2 girls. You bring you and 2 guys. Danny, me, Lauren, and her 2 friends. So, you know, I spot the one I want. Yeah, that's who I'm picking out tonight. That's mine. So I'm hanging out with her, chilling with her. The girls, though, were amazing in California. They showed up trashed, already drunk off tequila. So I didn't really have to buy any drinks for her. But the whole night I'm hanging out with her, dancing with her. She was holding her seltzer and tequila, and it had a straw, and she would turn her head and look, and just as she did, I would suck her drink down. And she was so drunk, my drink is empty, I need another one. And she'd go get another one. While she's off doing that, I'm talking to a group of people over here, and this one guy was this larger, heavy-set guy. And he's like, "Man, I always wanted to join the army, but I was too overweight and I couldn't do it." And I was like, "Nah, man, I was a big guy and I lost all the weight to get in. If I can do it, you can do it. You can make it happen, man. It's all in your head." This guy's like, "You're awesome. I'm buying you a round in the chair." A round in the chair is they have a barber chair and they put you in it and they pull the handle, they seat you back, and they just pour 2 liquors into your mouth as much as you can take for 10 seconds. Now, I was a heavy drinker back then, so I took the full 10 seconds. Somebody else had bought me a round in the chair earlier that night, so this was my second one. The point is, though, is I managed to pull the whole night off without an issue. The next fun thing in the story that happened, though, was we're getting to the bathtub, I promise. The next thing that happened was the other girl that was with us, she wanted to go in the cage to dance. So she's in the cage to dance, dancing away, having a good time and everything. And there was another girl in the cage she was ready to leave the cage, and another girl didn't want her to. And when she was trying to leave, she was like, "No, you're not leaving," and punched her in the head. So they threw that girl out, and I'm like, yo, you can't just hit people like that. So I walked outside of the bar to go take care of business. I don't know who you are. You just, you know, a girl hits a girl, whatever. You just hit whatever dude's with him. That's the guy who's going to get the hitting. So I walk outside the bar to go figure out what's going on, how to catch this person. You know, go get a lay a smackdown on somebody. Somebody's got to get hit. So I'm outside, and I can't find him. And a limousine pulled up. And this older lady, not older, but, you know, a few years older, you know, good-looking older lady comes walking out. She's talking to me for a minute, and I'm, you know, hey, hon, blah, blah, blah. I'm a soldier, getting ready to go to, you know, fight, and blah, blah, blah. She's like, oh, my gosh, you need to come with me and get in the cat and get in the, you need to come with me. And I'm like, oh, man, I would love to, but I'm in a city, in a town. I have no idea where I am. I have no money. My phone will be dead by morning, and I will be stuck. So I had to pass that off, unfortunately, and who knows where that trip could have led to. That could have been a while, but I couldn't leave my people. So we decide we're going to go back to their hotel room now. So we jump in our car, and it's not far. My buddy drives. He was a little buzzed, but good to go. He drove over to the hotel. The girls took the shuttle. So we get back to the hotel, and we head up to the room. And it's 3 girls and the 3 guys. Now, Danny was with the girl who got punched in the head. She was so drunk, she was puking everywhere all over the hotel room. So we laid her in one of the beds, and she's puking. Danny's like, man, I struck out, whatever. He sits in one of the chairs to go rack out. Now, me and the other girl, we wind up hooking up doing our thing when they run out to go get tacos. Then they came back with the tacos and everything like that, and we're like, okay, it's time to rack out and everything like that. So it was the drunk girl in this bed, Danny in the chair over here. I made a little floor bed for me and the one girl in between the beds, and we're racked out. And they're up in the other bed. Now, I'm laying there trying to get some sleep and everything like that, and the girl I'm with, she's drunk, snoring in my ear, and you know, there's nothing you can do. I know about drunk snores, and I can hear the 2 on the bed talking. Hey, are we gonna do this? Da, da, da. And she's like, we can't. Jeremy's awake. I hear the girl say, we can't. Jeremy's awake. And my buddy goes, no, he's not. Can't you hear him snoring? And you hear the girl say, that's not Jeremy. That's what's her face. And all of a sudden, now look, this is the image. Now I want you guys are gonna be the camera. You never know. I know. I probably missed out. Who knows? Who knows what that could have led to? Like I said, that could have been an interesting story. So imagine this, though. I'm laying on the floor. You guys are going to be the camera view. I'm laying on the floor, and my buddy comes leaning over. I'm like, hey, buddy. He goes, what's up, man? I'm like, not a whole lot. Can't sleep? Nope. Alright, man. He rolls back into the bed, or back over. I'm like, man, I am blowing this for my buddy. This was the whole